Hello everyone, I am Rudranath Mishra and I welcome all of you to this amazing session of emotional intelligence. But first, before understanding emotional intelligence, we must understand what true intelligence means. Intelligence does not only means cognitive abilities like problem solving, thinking, divergent thinking, memory, imagination, but it also includes managing your life planning and how you think and make your strategies and how you execute all of them. And I think emotional intelligence is a major player in human intelligence. And today I will be covering that. In this season, I will explain you what do we mean by intelligence and what do we exactly mean by emotional intelligence. I will also teach you all how to cope up with depression, how to prevent it, and how to manage it if you have it already. And I will also help you to get rid of recurring negative thoughts or unwanted thoughts that you want to get rid of but unable to get rid of. I will also be covering how to think logically and prevent emotional overstimulation. And I will also teach you all how to manage your emotions and take wise decisions even in overstimulated emotional arousal. Sorry to interrupt in between, but I want to inform you all that I will not be taking questions in between of this season. I will take questions at the end of this season. So please feel free to ask question in end of season. You can write in chat box or you can ask directly to me. Before understanding emotional intelligence, we must understand what real intelligence means. Intelligence doesn't mean that I have explained to you earlier that it is not solely cognitive abilities like visualization, working memory, divergent thinking, etc. But it also means your ability to plan, prioritize, execute things, predict things like. You are aware of your actions that what consequences I will be making by doing these actions, and you are much aware of your environment and your actions and others actions, your inner self and your emotional and other people's around you. And this and this is true intelligence. So what do I mean by awareness of your environment, your inner self, your actions, your emotions? Let me explain you all this. Awareness of your environment mean what is happening around you all, like what is happening in universe, what is happening in environment, what is happening in atmosphere, what is happening in beneath earth. Yeah, we can simply label it as knowledge we are gathering, and the more knowledge we have, the more we are aware of our environment, our universe, how things are uh, exactly working, the more intelligent being we can be. And other things like inner self, awareness of inner self, like how we think, how we behave, how should I behave, how emotions change my actions, and what is how to manage that, how to predict outcomes, that what actions I should do that it will lead this type of consequence, so that I can effectively plan, organize and prioritize things. And this is the trait of true intelligent people. They are able to predict outcomes and plan accordingly to it, and also they are much aware of the environment, what is happening around them. Even they know what people are thinking around them. Also they have high cognitive abilities like divergent thinking, memory, imagination, etc. But I think EQ is equally important to that also, because I am also working on increasing cognitive abilities. We can increase it by doing exercises, brain exercises, taking medicines, or doing meditation, etc. But we also need uh, different strategies of managing emotions, etc. So we can effectively plan our our life. And with this purpose, I'm starting this season. Why we need emotions? So the first thing I want you all to know that I want you all to be aware of how emotions work, right? The more aware we are of the things in our inner self, of our inner self, that how emotions work, uh, how they influence our actions, so that the more aware we are, the more we know and the more we can manage it. So Here you can see that why do we need emotions. Emotions has several functional benefits like motivating rapid responses to threats or opportunities, facilitating social communication and cohesion. Cohesion means like bonds between different people or individuals, guiding decision making through quick emotional assessments, coordinating attention, memory, and learning. See, fourth part is very important, like coordinating attention, memory, and learning, and we need this. But like we see in third point, guiding decision making through quick emotional assessment. It was required when we were in jungle, when we were hunting down, when we have serious threats. Like we were living in jungle and a sudden threat came in front of us, so we have to be really quick. But it is not definitely always the case in the time we are living. So I don't think that we should prioritize third one. We should think logically and decide accordingly to it. Actually, nature gave us emotions because we needed at that time. Like nature wanted us to reproduce, nature wanted mother to take care of their babies, so nature introduced mother bonding to the child and sexual attraction so that we reproduce. So I think it was required, but we are in the state that we can do all these things logically. We because we emotions has advantages, but it also comes with lot of disadvantages, so we can prevent them by thinking logically. And I think that the less we rely on emotions, the more we can get rid of its disadvantages. So developing emotional intelligence. Here we can see there are several models, but I think you all can research about them. So I will not spend a lot of time explaining you all of this. I will just explain you from top. Uh, but the first step I said earlier that it is awareness, and you can see here it is written self-awareness. And then if we are aware of the things happening in our inner self, we can then know, plan, and manage it. So social awareness means that what others people think about you. You are aware of other feelings too. Like you are self-aware of your feelings, and you are also aware of other feelings. So you can take actions on behalf of that. See here, here it is even some practical exercises for developing emotional intelligence. The first part is absolutely self-awareness. You can use tools like the feeling or weekly reflection to identify emotions and triggers. It simply means that you can create a wheel in which you write what are your triggers and what emotions do you get at a time when you have that trigger. So see the intelligent people observe a lot about their environment. To be aware of your actions, your environment, your inner self, you should introspect meaning self observation, and be attentive to the environment. So the more so you can be more aware of your environment, your inner self. So you have a good knowledge about your environment, and then you can plan, regulate, manage things. So the second steps is self-regulation. See, I think regulation and management depends individually because willpower, motivation. We think that it is a physical thing, but actually it is not. We have different brain regions specialized for motivation, management, self-control, planning, even for planning and executing like in certain conditions like ADHD. uh, Many people have some impairment in prefrontal cortex, the front part of our brain, so they are less likely to manage and get things done. So it is biologically so so that's why I say that practice meditation, and you can have different strategies like pomodoro and time also maintain emotional control, because in certain conditions like ADHD or some people have emotional hypersensitivity. They get sensitive or emotionally aroused to small things because it is a biological thing. We can't blame them also, but but it is biological, it is by birth. So you can only manage it. I am not blaming you all. It is normal, many people have it and many people manage it. So the third thing, you have empathy building. Empathy meaning that you are aware of other people's feelings. You can observe some people that they behave crudely. They take actions that without thinking without thinking about other feelings. So this is not a good thing. Actually, they have low emotional intelligence. They are less empathetical, we can say. So you can read it here. Engage in sharing emotional experiences and map communication styles to improve social understanding. So you can do conversations, and say, I am always saying that you should observe. The more you observe carefully, the more you are aware of things, and you can understand your environment better. Intelligent people speak less, they observe more. You have heard it all the time. So next part, identifying and managing emotions. And here are four-step emotion identification. Name your specific emotion precisely, like you are angry, you are sad, you are feeling low. See, I also want you all to know that sadness and depression are different things. Depression also means lack of pleasure, and sadness means sadness. So we sometimes think certain emotions are same, but they are not definitely same. So you have to be specific about your emotions. Then you have to look at how they trigger, how how, and you have to look at emotional sensation physically in your body. Like you can see in the on the first page, here, you can see in first page, wait a minute, physiological expressions. Our body, uh, our autonomic nervous system triggers changes like increased heartbeat during stress. Facial expressions communicate emotions universally across culture. Heart rate variability reflects emotional regulation ability and resilience. So in different emotions, your own body gives you signal. So you can, like, you are feeling angry, your heartbeat increases. So you can physically feel the emotion, then you can precisely name the emotion, and you can observe what are the emotional triggers to prevent triggers next time. And now you what you have to manage, you have to, how to manage emotions. When you are emotionally aroused, try not to speak anything, try to do less action, because when we are emotionally stimulated, our logical thinking, part of our thinking part of brain gets impaired. I means it is less active, and we have a more active emotional region in our brain. So we tend to take decisions emotionally, without thinking a lot. So prevent, you don't have to think a lot in that situation. Try to not take decisions at that time. You can postpone things later if possible. Otherwise, you should take deep breath 2 3 times and then relax for some seconds, and then you can think clearly and decide. But you should avoid thinking, avoid taking decisions or saying something when you are emotionally stimulated. There is a high chance that you will do wrong actions, that you will regret it later.